ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Motorsports Magazine from Airborne. I'm Ricky St. Clair, joined by the driver of the Bushy's Auto Repair, number 11, Tiger Sportsman. From Moores Forks, New York, it's Jim Bushy. Jim, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
1 week ago, you started 8th in the J&S Steel Tiger Sportsman feature. There were a couple of mid-race cautions. You had worked your way up to the 2nd spot, and there was a caution on lap 24. It set up a green checkered restart with Robin Wood. You started on the outside of row 1. And it was basically a one-lap race. Walk us through that one-lap shootout with Robin Wood that you ended up pulling out the victory in.
The way it went down was, I think at lap 22, there was another caution, and I'm still running 2nd. And we come out of turn 4, and I spun my tires, and I'm battling with Jamie Begor for 2nd and 3rd, and I held him off, like you said, to lap 24. And what can I say? We drove it in hard. Turn 3, he went to bottom, I went to the top, and the top prevailed, beat him by 2 foot.
I know Airborne Victory Lane has not seen a name other than Robin Wood in 2011 until you came along and beat the 4-time winner in 2011. You collected the $250 bounty. How happy were you to collect the $250?
Very good. All the people around the pits are calling me bounty hunter now, but I don't know. It was a good feeling. It was a good night. 4 in a row, that's hard to beat, And if that late race caution, I don't think I would have caught him. I probably would have got 2nd, but a win's a win, and we're going to try again this week.
That's right. This Saturday night, entering this weekend's racing program, you enter the point standing in fourth place. You've got to be pretty happy with that effort in 2011 so far.
Very stoked, having an awesome year, doing it all for the sponsors, my family, my girlfriend. It's just a family event, and second-generation racer, and we're just happy to be here.
I know it's the first time Motorsports Magazine has talked to you on camera in 2011. Talk about some of your goals for the 2011 racing campaign.
I was talking to my dad earlier, and he said he wants a couple more wins, and I'm like, I think we can do it. We're really hooked in the outside, and it's just prevailing, and either overcast or sunny, because we're before intermission, and the sunny weather seems to run real well, and I like to finish in the top 3. I don't know if I can catch Robin, but top 3 in points would be pretty good for 2011.
I know you won a street stock championship here in 2001. You moved up to the Tiger Sportsman Division, the intermediate class here at the Airborne Speedway. Do you have any plans of moving up to a modified or driving a late model or anything in the near future?
Oh, I'd love to drive a late model, don't get me wrong, but modified is a little out of my price range, They're very expensive, just like these, you can have a lot of money in these cars, but a lot more time consuming, I think, in a modified, and I don't know. I'd rather drive a late model Sportsman first.
I know you mentioned time consuming. To make one of these race cars go successfully, a lot of man hours go into them. How often are you in the shop?
At least probably 3 to 4 nights a week, at least. You got to nut and bolt everything loosens, and we had a little clutch issue last week. Not too many people know about this, but I only could take off in 3rd. Come to find out, we found out the problem. I had like 4 springs in my clutch gone, and it was just a good night. That's all I can say.
Jim, would you like to take this opportunity to thank any sponsors, crew members, fans, family, anybody?
Yeah, I would like to take this time to, it wasn't for my mom, my dad, my girlfriend Kathy, my brother, my sister comes, and I dedicated the whole year to my grandmother because she was 84 and she passed away just before the start of the 2011 season, and the win was, my father keeps saying she was there because an 84-year-old woman, she was here every week. Chris is my cousin and all, and she came for both of us every week, and I dedicated the whole year, as you can see in the back of the trunk. And I like to thank my sponsors too. Perkins, he's been with me a long time, since probably '04, yeah, and Bushy's Auto, Barron's Market, Ducks Auto Parts, Gunyanka Golf Course. They've been with me a couple years, and what's that diner? Family Diner in Rouse's Point. They've been with me started this year.
All right, we'd like to thank Tiger Sportsman driver Jimmy Bushy for being on this afternoon's program. Stay tuned for another driver interview from Airborne Speedway next on Motorsports Magazine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Motorsports Magazine. With me now, the driver of the Island Excavating Chevrolet Monte Carlo, number 21, Tiger Sportsman from Swanton, Vermont. It's Dave Rabtoy. Dave, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Coming into this Saturday night's racing program, 9th in the points as a rookie in the J&S Steel Tiger Sportsman division. You've got to be happy with the way your 2011 racing campaign has gone so far.
Very happy. We knew it was going to be a big learning curve, and coming out of the Renegade division, things are a lot different. Setup's a lot different. You can do a lot more to the car. It's a lot to get used to, but yeah, we're very happy.
I know you were talking about the learning curve. Talk about the transition from going from the Renegade class up into the support division here at the Airborne Speedway. Where did you purchase the car? When did you know you were going to move up? Did you think the time was right? When was the decision made to jump up?
We actually were thinking about it at the end of last season, and we tried to sell my Renegade, and that car never sold actually until the end of February. So we were scrambling in March to actually buy a car. We found one. It was a Chuck Beatty built car, came from Thunder Road, did well down there. We bought it, completely stripped it to the frame, rebuilt everything, put all new in it, new motor. We started from there, and it's been pretty good.
I know the last 2 weeks you've had consecutive wins in your heat race. Were you expecting success like that this early on in the season? I know you've led some laps in the features too.
Yeah, we have led the feature a couple weeks in a row. We've won a couple of heat races, and we're pretty happy. I wasn't putting myself in those shoes yet, but now that it's here, I feel like I can compete, and I know I can now. So it just stepped our program up another notch, and I'm confident we can get a win this year.
I know the 5th race on the 2011 American Canadian Tour Tiger Series schedule is here at Airborne. It's a 100-lapper. I know some of our guys have to change their stuff over, like headers, etc. Do you plan on running that event?
Depending on what we need to change, I would really like to. I'm a fan of the longer races in the Renegade division. I won a few of the 50-lap longer races, and I love the longer races. It gives a chance to weed out, and if we don't have to change a lot, I want to run it.
I don't want to speak too soon. I know you're just a rookie here in the sportsman division, but down the road in the near future, you plan on moving up to drive a late model or a modified? Any interest in moving up yet again down the road?
Not at this point. I'd like to give this a few years and get settled in and feel more comfortable and learn the car more. And we've got Steve Moore here. He came out of the late models. He was Brent Dragon's crew chief for 5 or 6 years, so he's got some knowledge, and it's paying off.
Dave, would you like to take this time on camera to thank some crew members, sponsors, family, friends that support you throughout the racing campaign this summer?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank all my sponsors. I got Island Excavating, Yipes. We've got the parts store, Harvest Equipment. I know I'm probably forgetting somebody. We got Window World. He's new this year. We got Advantage Rentals back this year. My crew, Steve, Russ, my son Dylan, my wife for putting up with all of this. And I thank everybody.
Dave, one more question here before we go on to the next interview. I know the competitiveness in the Tiger division is unbelievable. Some of the best racing you're going to see, short track racing you're going to see in all of America. Robin Wood, a 4-time winner in 2011. Jim Bushy, we just spoke to him earlier. He collected the bounty, was the first driver to beat Robin. Week in, week out, side-by-side racing. A handful of guys, between a half dozen to a dozen drivers could win it. Talk about the competitiveness in that class.
Very competitive. That's one thing I've noticed coming from the Renegade to the Tiger is you've got 10, 15 guys out there, and everybody, it's very aggressive, more aggressive than the Renegades. You got to be on your toes, and like I said, leading the race a few times, and caution comes out, it changes the whole ball game, and you got to be on top of it, or you're going to be going backwards.
All right, we'd like to thank Dave Raptoy for being on today's program. Stay tuned for another driver interview from Airborne Speedway next on Motorsports Magazine. With me now, ladies and gentlemen, the driver, the Interstate Batteries, number 11, Ernie's Discount Tools Modified Division driver from Brandon, Vermont. It's the Brandon Bandit, Don Scarborough. Don, welcome to today's program.
Thank you very much.
A year ago, 12 laps, $1,200 to win, 12 cars. It was a dash for cash when the International Super Modified Association was here for their touring race. You ended up defeating Patrick Dupree to collect the $1,200. I believe you led almost every lap of that 12-lap race. Tonight, 6 laps, 6 cars, $600 to win. This year, it's a little bit different. You got to finish in the top 2 in one of your heat races to be automatically locked in to the dash for cash. Talk about how important it's going to be tonight to try to get into the top 2. I'm sure you really want to go back to the dash to try to win some extra money.
Well, anytime you can win extra money, of course, it's what we're looking for. And also the bragging rights go along with it. But last year we brought this brand new car here, actually, this 2010 Bicknell car, and we happened to bring it that evening, and it was the first debut of it, and we won that 12-lap race. This year, I don't know where we're starting in the heat. It's going to be obviously a little tough to get to second, but we're certainly going to give it our best shot because we want the opportunity to win that 600, of course.
I know you're a former runner on the Champlain Valley Racing Association down at Albany Saratoga Speedway in Malta, New York, and over at Devil's Bowl in Fairhaven, Vermont. Over to Airborne. I know you raced here in 2006. You were the point leader at one time before being involved in a bad accident in turn 1 right in front of where I was sitting at that time. Talk about running at Airborne. It's an extremely competitive division here in the modified class. Week in and week out, a half dozen guys could win it. Talk about how tough it is to win here at Airborne.
Yeah, Airborne's a different racetrack than most any other track, whether it's dirt or asphalt, really. This place here is very competitive. It's got the high banks. There's some guys here who've got some asphalt experience. The guys, local guys here to come and test a lot, and they got their car, dialed in, 99.9%, And we're not there, to be honest with you. We're probably 90%. And I don't know if we'll ever get there. We're certainly trying. But it's a tough place to go to race. But you know what? That's what makes you better, is racing against the best, and that'll make yourself better.
Obviously a former runner on the dirt, now running the blacktop full-time. Which racing surface would you say you prefer the most? I know you've been racing on that dirt surface for quite a long time. You're a veteran.
You want the truth? The truth is I prefer the dirt.
Yeah.
The expenses are less, the tire bill's less, the accidents cost less if you do get in a fender bender with somebody. You can actually pass, I think, a lot easier on dirt if your car's good, and it's easier to get your car set up on dirt. The asphalt, there's a fine line of being off or on,
Are you pretty satisfied with the way your racing campaign has been going this summer?
Not totally. We haven't won a race here, and actually, other than that dash last year, we haven't won a normal Saturday night race here, and we'd like to do that, of course. At the time, I'm putting some effort into one of my son's race cars. They're racing on dirt on Friday nights. So I've been putting my efforts into that on Friday night, and maybe I haven't focused enough here on Saturday night for myself, but I'm doing what I can do, and we'll move forward.
I know it's the first time Motorsports Magazine has talked to you on camera in 2011. What are some of your racing goals this summer?
Well, my goal really is to do the best we can here every Saturday night, and hopefully win a race or two, and really get my two sons, Joe and Jake, jump-started into the dirt deal. And be honest with you, probably this 2011 could very well be my last year of running on a weekly basis.
Wow. All right, we'd like to thank Don Scarborough for being on this afternoon's program. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to rumble, ready to ramble on the Airborne Half Mile. Racing action is next on Motorsports Magazine.
Ready to go with the makeup feature for the mini modifieds, Bradley and LaFountain. They stand on it, coming off turn 4. Green flag is out. Bradley gets that jump. The entire inside line starts to move up quickly, headed up the backstretch. The 77 of Chris Clark is on the move. He looks to the inside of the Larry Archer 23. Jamie LaFountain moves alongside Tim LaFountain. He wants to take that second spot away. John Bradley, the 69, he will lead lap number 1. Jamie LaFountain has moved into the number 2 spot. Clark looks to the outside now of the 41 of Tim LaFountain. They will battle for the number 3 spot. Larry Archer holds down 5th, but here comes Josh Laporte on the move in the 45 car. And here he's followed by the 03 of Speedy Brissett. New leader up front. Jamie LaFountain grabs the lead on lap 2, and he brings Chris Clark right with him. Clark to 2nd, Bradley back to 3rd, Tim LaFountain is 4th. Larry Archer moves alongside, and they will battle for the number 4 spot as they're 3 wide coming off the 4th turn. Trouble on Josh Laporte's 45. You see some debris coming off the back end of that car, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag on lap number 3. 3 laps complete, 12 laps remain. Mini modified main event number 1, back to the green flag. LaFountain gets the jump on the inside of the 20. He's going to lead him into turn 1. Chris Clark right there. A little bit of contact between the Archer 23 and LaVerre's number 4. They both get it settled down and continue to move up as they head into turn 3. LaVerre now runs 4th. Archer is 5th. Speedy on the inside in the 03 will look to take that 5th spot away. Inside move will work for Chris Clark in the 77 car. He's going to stick his nose in front, but Jamie LaFountain going to try to battle right back on the outside. It's going to be Clark. More horsepower found at the bottom this time. He's going to take the lead. Jamie trying to get him back on the inside as they go into turn 2, but Clark remains strong in that 77 car. He is your leader, Jamie LaFountain. running second. He will quickly be challenged by the 4 of Chris LeVere. Then it's the 69 of John Bradley, and Speedy runs in the 5th spot in the 0-3. Josh Lavarnway has worked himself up. Fifth spot being maintained by the 47 of Eric Sales. Sales will challenge the 0-3 on the inside. They race together coming into turns 3 and 4. But up front, at the halfway point, it's Chris Clark. Clark, your leader. Chris LeVere has moved into second, dropping LaFountain back to third. Both Sales and Speedy trying to find a way by the 69 of John Bradley. Looks like they're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Brissett on the far outside. Sales on the inside. They're both going to go by the 69 car. And we come back to the 0-2 of Eric Riel, the 23 of Jenkins, Lavarnway's 13, the 21 for Scott Richner. Tim LaFountain's 41, the 43 for Malcolm Woodward, Chad Collins 22. And at the back of the pack, Rico Hernandez can see them all. Going to be 5 to go this time by for Chris Clark. He's maintaining that 5-car length advantage over Chris LeVere, who is pulled away from the 20 car of Jamie LaFountain. Sales and Brissett to continue their side-by-side battle for the number 4 spot. For Chris Clark, it would be his first win of the season. LeVere has already visited victory lane 3 times in the mini-modified division. Sales in the 47 and Brissett in the 0-3 have closed the gap on the 20 of LaFountain. That could be a real good 3-car battle for the 3rd spot. Be 3 to go this time by for Chris Clark in the 77. LeVere has cut it down to just a couple of car lengths. LeVere continues to close in. He may be able to catch him, but will he be able to get by him? It'll be 2 to go this time by for Chris Clark. A little bit squirrely for LeVere coming off turn 4 that time. Cost him a car length or so. But he picks that back up down the front stretch and looks to the inside as they come into turn 2. Chris LeVere is right on the back bumper of the 77 of Chris Clark. Now he's going to look to the inside as they go into turn 3. Clark shuts the door. White flag on display for the 77 of Chris Clark. LeVere looks to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to try that inside line. Clark will work the outside. LeVere sideways, gets into the quarter panel of the 77, but Clark hangs on to it. What a save. Clark coming back on the inside. LeVere on the outside. Down the stretch they come. Who's going to win it? Chris LeVere at the line wins it by half a car length. And I don't think Rob Clark is going to be happy. Chris Clark. Rob Clark might not be happy either. LeVere got into him coming off turn 2. Cost him the lead going up the backstretch. And LeVere gets the win.
All right, Rick, here is Chris LeVere. Chris, over in turn number 2, looked like you certainly were on it going down the last lap. Really hot going to the second turn. Dove down to the inside, and then looked like the car pushed up the track. Talk about what happened in turn 2.
It pushed up. I felt like I didn't have any room given to me, so I backed out of it. I didn't do anything wrong, but I got get going more down the backstretch than he did. I hate to win him that way, but I'll take anything.
And then tell us about turns 3 and 4. You went to the top of the racetrack, and what happened coming off of 3 and 4 on the top?
He tried to return the favor, but it's hot racing, and that's what happens. Races for the lead on the last lap. A lot of stuff happens, and I apologize for what I did, but I lifted and I did the best I could without making them go around.
I know you've had some troubles with this car. What's been the difficulty? I know last week you had the 9 out.
The wiring last week, I went out Saturday morning to start it, and no fire. And we ran out of time and had to bring Dad's car, but this week we bring a backup car just in case, so we're all good.
Well, congratulations on getting the W.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Evergreen Auto out of Saranac Lake, Outside Groove. Check out, go get a video. It's good video. Upstate Vinyl Graphics.
All right, that's Chris LeVere, everybody. He wins the first of 2 mini-modified feature events tonight. Pittsburgh's Bucko Branham. 5th and final row in car number 59 from Keysville, it's Stephen Brissett. Shotgun on the field in the 77 from Georgia, Vermont, it's Gordy Stone. 10 cars ready to run. Qualifier 1 under green. Brandon Atkins in car number 4 on the inside. Tyler Terry in the 44 on the outside. Terry hooks well on the top of turn number 2 as he makes a bid for the lead. Jamie Begor takes a peek to the inside of the 86 of Mike Shagnon. Shagnon takes that line away down to the inside. Here they come off of turn number 4. Tyler Terry, a little loose off of 4, but he's going to have the lead at the stripe. Working the top of the racetrack, Tyler Terry had the lead by about 3 feet. Terry is loose again over in turn number 2, collects the car. Here comes Atkins back after him on the inside as they're 3 wide racing for the 4th spot. Shagnon, the meat and the sandwich, the 20 on the outside, Bucko Branham, the 19 on the inside of Jamie Begor. Begor's crew really working on the setup of that number 19 after the final practice session, trying to get that car to stick better down on the inside. They were making wholesale changes. Jamie was happy with the car on the top of the track, but not down on the inside. And we'll see if they were able to find the right setup for him. Out front, it's still Atkins in the number 4 and the 44 of Tyler Terry. Terry on the top of the track, holding the lead at the start-finish line by about 5 feet that time. Brandon Atkins not disappearing, though. The 18 of Sean Duquette runs in the 3rd spot. Bucko Branham's got his 20 into the 4th position. And it's the 19 of Jamie Begor rounding out the top 5. Top 5 cars drawing close as they race off turn number 4. Tyler Terry can run any line he wants to right now. He just cleared the 4 car. Sean Duquette in the 18 is going to go to the outside. Bucko Branham thinking about a bonsai 3-wide move off of turn number 2. Saw a little room there. Now down the backstretch, that room seems to close up. The 18 of Duquette still works on the top. The 4 of Atkins, perhaps a little contact going into turn number 4. And we're halfway in this qualifier. Atkins trying to keep that number 4 down on the inside of the racetrack. Begor's going to go around with the number 19. He'll go to the 3rd position. Bucko Branham in car number 20 trying to take 4th away from the youngster in that 4 car. Out front, it's Tyler Terry. He's been working the middle and top of the track. Sean Duquette eyeing down to the inside, trying to find some racing room into turn number 1. Again, he'll dive down to the inside, hope that the car sticks going into turn number 2. The 44 of Terry, though, continues to get a good run around the top of the racetrack, and he's been holding off the competition by working that top line. Duquette puts his nose out in front off of turn number 4, but again, Terry takes the lead back by the start-finish line. Now Bucko Branham to the inside of Jamie Begor's number 19. Branham has the 3rd position off 2. Begor trying to fight back. We've got side-by-side battles for the lead as well as for 3rd. Sean Duquette in the number 18, Tyler Terry in the number 44. They're side-by-side for the lead with 2 laps to go. Tyler Terry had the lead by about 5 feet at the start-finish line. Duquette not going away, puts the nose in front in turn 2, but again, the progressive banking kicks in. They're dead even in the middle of the backstretch. Bucko Branham has cleared Jamie Begor's car. He runs in the 3rd spot. Begor back in the 4th position. Here they come off of turn number 4. White flag is out, 1 to go. Just about a dead even at the start-finish line. Duquette has the lead in 2. Branham eyes an opening down to the inside. 3 wide for the win. Branham to the inside, Duquette in the middle. Terry on the top of the track, contact. There goes the Terry 44 sideways. The 18 goes to the top of the track. Here they come off turn number 4. Yellow flag is displayed. Checkered flag did not come out. As they went 3 wide into turn number 3, Sean Duquette was the... We've got Branham in the 20, Begor in the 19, Atkins in the 4, Stephen Brissett in the 59 with a good run. He's in the 4th position now. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. Good start for both drivers. Branham trying to make it work down on the inside. Begor on the outside of the racetrack. It'll be a green-white checkers, it looks like. Here they come into turn number 3. Branham down on the inside. Begor on the outside. Off turn number 4. White flag is out. At the stripe, Begor had the lead by about a foot. Branham gets a real good run on the inside over in turn number 2. A great drive there for Branham with the number 20. He clears Begor by 3 car lengths going into turn number 3. Here comes Bucko Branham off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out this time. Now it's over. Branham wins. Begor 2nd. Atkins 3rd. Brissett 4th. fifth to Mike Shagnon with the number 86. Tonight from Morrisonville, it's Jason Durgan driving the 66, and shotgun is Scholen-Vermont's Adam Bartamy. 10 machines. Qualifier number 2. Only the top 2 get in. Jimmy Ryan in car number 60 wants to be in the dash for cash. He's running in the second spot. He'll be feeling the heat. Right now it's Mike Wells in car number 76 showing the way. The 60 of Ryan running in the second position. Third is Todd Ormsby in the 0. The 11 of Don Scarborough on the outside looking in, as is the 0 of Ormsby. Look at Berthiaume in the 1. Diving down to the inside in the middle of the backstretch. Berthiaume will move to the inside of the 46 of Martin Hébert. He goes to the 4th position. Pierre Berthiaume shoots through on the inside. He's the 4th. Now sizing up the 0 of Todd Ormsby. Berthiaume will go to the outside of the track, perhaps losing ground. That was a bad move by the 1 car, but now he'll begin the chase. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Ormsby punches the 60 going into turn number 4. He'll take that second spot away, plowing through on the inside. Jimmy Ryan gets shoved aside to the 3rd spot. The 1 of Berthiaume running in the 4th position. Running in 5th, it is the 46 of Martin Hébert. Here comes the 1 of Berthiaume. Berthiaume will move through on the inside. Mike Wells checking out at the front. Wells' lead is half the front stretch, as he's got the number 76 machine, the G&G Auto Supply sponsored car, leading by half the backstretch. Todd Ormsby in the 0 car running in second, but right off of his back bumper is Pierre Berthiaume in the 1. Berthiaume's got a win earlier this year, halfway in the second qualifier. I think you could certainly argue this is about the finest we've seen that 76 of Mike Wells run this season in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. He's cooking around the half mile. Ormsby in the 0 continues to hold on to the second spot. Berthiaume, who appeared to be chasing him down, is now trailing back a little bit. He's running a couple of car lengths off that back bumper of Ormsby in the 3rd position. Then it's a big gap back to Jimmy Ryan, who is 4th. Martin Hébert trying to make a move to the inside. He'll take that 4th spot away. Ryan goes back to the 5th spot. Don Scarborough got bottlenecked over in turn number 4. He'll lose the spot to Aaron Bartamy in the B3. Out front, Mike Wells. Wells with a dominating run in this second qualifier. Pierre Berthiaume still a car length off the back bumper of the 0. Now it is go time. 2 laps to go. You got to be in the top 2 if you want any shot at the $600 bonus. Todd Ormsby in the 0 hanging on to that second spot. They thought they were good in practice. Well, they've backed it up to this point. Not quite in the same ballpark as the 76, who's about to take the white flag. 1 to go for Mike Wells. Todd Ormsby hanging on to that second spot. Then it's Pierre Berthiaume in the 1. Berthiaume's got half a track to make something happen, but he just lost more ground off of turn number 2. Here they come, final time in the second qualifier. Mike Wells going to take home the checkered flag. He's in. Also in, Todd Ormsby in the 0. Then it's the 1 of Berthiaume, the 46 of Martin Hébert, 5th to Bartamy in the B3. Jimmy Ryan, 6th, 7th to Don Scarborough, 8th to Adam Bartamy, and 9th to Jason Durgan in the 66.
Bombers ready to go in their qualifier. They pick it up off turn 4. We're under green. Nice start on the inside for Tyler Brissett in the 8-ball. He's going to lead him up the backstretch. Look out, drifting a little bit high coming off that second turn. But he keeps it out of the bunker, and he'll maintain the lead. Quickly, Josh Duravage has moved the 88 car up on the inside, and he's going to take the second spot as they come off turn 4. 3-wide action down the front stretch in a couple of different rows. Brissett is your leader. Still drifts way high coming off that second turn. The 88 of Duravage is second. Travis Sherman is on the move in the 21 car. He'll move alongside the bottom of the racetrack and take that 3rd spot away from the 14 of Brissett. O'Neill back to 5th. Bill Joyle Sr. is 6th. Rob Sines is 7th. Curtis LaGrave Jr. is 8th. Jason Branham 9th. Chad Hendry rounds out the top 10. Duravage continuing to close the gap on the 8 car for Tyler Brissett as the Bombers are halfway. Duravage can maintain that inside line, and the 8 car drifts high once again in turn 2. Duravage will have that preferred inside line going into the 3rd turn and may be able to grab the lead as they come off that corner. Here comes Duravage on the inside. He will grab the lead. Josh Duravage is your new leader. Tyler Brissett is back to 2nd with 2 to go. Walt Parrott brings the 24 back to the garage area. As Josh Duravage opens up 3 car lengths now on Tyler Brissett's 8. It's 5 back to the 21 of Sherman and Another 3 more to Joyle's 58. John Michael Brissett rounds out the top 5 in the 14. White flag is out for Josh Duravage. Josh dominated this division early on with multiple feature wins. He's the points leader coming into this evening's action. He's got his act together once again. He's going to lead the field off turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. And Josh Duravage wins your Bomber qualifier. Nice run for Tyler Brissett to finish second in the 8-ball. Bill Joyle Sr. gets the 3rd spot over Travis Sherman. And John Michael Brissett rounds out the top 5 in car number 14.
Karen back. Good to see Mark. He's on the outside of row number 4. The 61, Plattsburgh's Dan Dubuque. Outside, it's Clayburgh's Middleman in the 2. And shotgun on the field from West Shazy, Freeman Sawyer in the 51. 11 cars, green flag. Here's Rick Donor on the top of that second turn, going for the lead. How about 3 wide for second? Rob Favreau on the inside. Dave Drake is the meat. On the outside, the top bun is car number 7. That's Jason McClatchy. As they're 3 wide for the second spot. Favreau on the inside now taking second. McClatchy on the outside running in third. The 3 sliding backwards. The 11 Lance Raptoy on the inside moving up. So is Kevin Bouton's car number 25. Rookie Rick Donor in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division after claiming the championship last year in the mini modifieds, leading this first qualifier by 4 car lengths. But there's some heavy hitters that are trying to chase down Rick Donor in that Chick Hicks look-alike, number 86. And it's Rob Favreau in the 22. He's got to win this year, running second. Jason McClatchy's got to win under his belt, running in third. Defending track champion Kevin Bouton running in the 4th spot. 5th position right now is Lance Raptoy in the 11. And you got 4-time winner and current point leader Robert Gordon running in 6th with the H2O. Rick Donor's been trying to make that car better and better week by week, and he's been gaining on it. And he's leading some very fast cars right now with that number 86 machine. With Rick's knowledge and setup ability, it's only a matter of time before he finds himself leading for much of the race, and he's leading this qualifier as we're halfway in qualifier number 1 for the Renegades. His lead was down to 3 car lengths, though. Rob Favreau was running in that second spot in car number 22, just 3 car lengths off the back. Then in the 3rd position, it's Bouton in the 25. Here comes Jason McClatchy back after him on the outside, and then you've got Lance Raptoy in car number 11 running in the 5th spot. Point leader and 4-time winner Robert Gordon mired in the 6th position. And he's not making much headroom really on anybody. All right, Rick Donor leading still by 2 car lengths. Rob Favreau in the 22 in that 2nd spot. Kevin Bouton solid in 3rd. Jason McClatchy 4th on the outside. 2 laps to go for Rick Donor. Freeman Sawyer is going to take the 51 back to the garage area. Donor's lead off turn number 2 is still 2 car lengths. That's where it's been for the last 3 or 4 laps. Kevin Bouton's going to go to the outside of car 22 and Rob Favreau. Bouton in car number 25 trying to take second away on the top of the track. The white flag is out for Rick Donor. Donor doesn't mind them having at it for that 2nd spot. And it's going to allow him to pull out to about a 3 car length advantage this time off of turn number 2. Favreau's on the inside. Bouton got a real good run on the top of the 2nd turn. Checkered flag about to be unfurled. Rick Donor's going to win this one as he beats a number of really strong runners in this division. Donor wins. Bouton 2nd. Favreau 3rd. It looked like the 11 of Raptoy on the inside for 4th. And McClatchy in the 5th spot at car number 70. Perhaps flip. No, it is the 11 in 4th and McClatchy in 5th with a 70 car and current point leader and 4-time winner Robert Gordon finishes in the 6th spot.
Field starts to pick it up as they come off turn 4. Green flag is out. The Airborne fan car tonight, number 84, is being driven by Joshua Hansen. Jason Seymour's in the 35, and as we mentioned before, the 46 is Adam Martino. So good start for John Bradley. He grabs the lead up the backstretch, and he's going to lead lap number 1 as the field comes off turn 4. Bradley is your leader. Contact on the front stretch between the 21 and the 41. Nice job by both of those drivers to hang on to it. That could have been a big mess there with the rest of the field charging at those 2. Archer is now taking second. Chris Clark has moved up quickly in the 77. He now runs in the number 3 spot. Richner is 4th, and they're 3 wide off the 4th turn in the battle for the number 5 spot. Josh Lavarne weighs 13, looks inside of Richner. He wants to take 4th away. That'll drop Richner back to 5th. Jamie LaFountain is 6th. Eric Sales on the outside runs 7th. And it's Tim LaFountain's 41 and Bill Desautel's 36. Halfway this time by. Trouble on the front stretch. The lap car got in the way, takes out the pylons, nearly took out the field. There's some damage on the 13 car of Josh Lavarnway, and the second qualifier is under caution. Field picks it up, back off turn 4, back to the green. Another good restart for John Bradley in the 69, and he's going to open up 3 or 4 car lengths up the backstretch. 3 wide in a battle for the number 2 spot now. Sales on the bottom, Clark in the middle, Archer on the far outside. Those 3 cars together coming off turn 4. Halfway. We saw Rob Clark earlier on in the rained out mini modified feature, finished second to Chris Levere. He led most of the way. He's second right now, but he's closing in on the 69 of John Bradley, but he's just got 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Eric Sales has closed in on those top 2 cars. He's just a couple of car lengths behind Clark. And it's about 5 back to Jamie LaFountain, whose 20 car runs in the 4th spot with Archer 5th. White flag in the hands of Chief Starter Butch Hendry. 1 to go. Clark looking at the outside. But Bradley maintains his advantage, keeps the car in the bottom of the racetrack. Now drifts up a little bit high coming off that second corner. Door was opened up on the inside, but Clark wasn't quite close enough. Into turn 4 the final time. Checkered flag is in the air. John Bradley trying to hang on. Can he do it? Yes. Bradley wins it. Clark finishes second. Eric Sales third. 4th spot to the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Larry Archer rounds out your top 5 in car number 23.
Await. Here they come. Off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Green flag. McGrail tries to hang with Martinois on the outside of the racetrack. Martinois down on the inside. Here comes McGrail to the top of the track, running wheel to wheel down the backstretch. As they race into turns 3 and 4, McGrail gets a good run on the top of the track. Martinois takes away that line. Martinois drifted right up in front of the 10, took away the momentum that he had built up into turn number 4. Now Martinois will go to the top of the racetrack. He leads by 2 car lengths. Running in the 2nd spot is McGrail in the 10. The 1 of Greg Atkins runs 3rd. Here comes Foley in the 34, running in the 4th spot. Martinois is leading by 6 car lengths with the Gamache Truck Center number 90. Patrice McGrail in the 10, running in the 2nd spot. Atkins 3rd in the 1. At the back of the pack, the 76 of Mike Wells and Todd Ormsby slicing and dicing for the 5th spot, but they are not in contention as we're already halfway. And Martinois is building the lead over Patrice McGrail. Well, Greg Atkins, who won the first qualifier, made the unlucky draw of number 4. He went from starting on point to the 4th starting spot, and the qualifier who was in 4th position, Martinois, went to the point. And that really was perhaps the deciding event in this 6-lap dash for cash, as Martinois' lead is half the backstretch. He is taking the dramatics right out of this one. Here he comes off of turn number 4. White flag is out. Off of turn number 2, final time in the 6-lap dash for the money. Martinois is going to take it down the front stretch off of turn number 4. $600 richer. Martinois from Napierville, Quebec. 2nd for Patrice McGrail. 3rd to George Foley. 4th to Greg Atkins. 5th to the 0 of Todd Ormsby. And Mike Wells finishes in the 6th spot.
Rob is making his way down to victory lane. Martin's out of the 90. Let's go downstairs. Rob, take it away.
All right, Martin is out of his car. 6 laps and $600 richer. Richard Tesser is down here as well. Richard, we appreciate your idea to come up with the $600 and the 6-lap dash for cash. I bet you wished you were in the race.
Oh, I know, but we put the wrong gear for my heat, you know. But it's the big chance for the other competitor, you know.
And here is the guy who ends up winning the $600, Martinois from Napierville, Quebec. He says, thanks a lot, Richard. And Martin, you started on the point. It was a good draw. Greg Atkins ended up drawing 4. That put you in position number 1.
Yeah, it's a chance, but start first. It's okay. It's a lot of money for 6 laps.
Yeah, $600 for 6 laps, a pretty good deal. And it's at that point, there's no secret. You just put the foot down and go.
Yeah, and thanks for Richard for the cash, and thank you very much, Richard.
And of course, later on tonight, you've got the 30-lap feature as well. The car obviously pretty good.
Yeah, I tried to win the race tonight. It's my turn.
All right. Well, we'll see if it's your turn later on. $600 from Richard Tesser. Have a nice round of applause for Martin Roy, everybody, as he wins the 6-lap dash for cash. Green flag. Bucko Branham goes to the outside of the racetrack, trying to work around Dave Rabtoy's 21, and also has a path to the 86 on the outside. Mike Shagnon works the inside of the track. There goes Branham running in that 5th spot, charging towards the front of the field. Lap number 3 up on the board. Brandon Atkins is your leader. The 24 of Keith Pelkey running in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Jamie Atkins. 4th now is Branham on the outside. Branham will go after the 68 of Jamie Atkins next as he tries to get into the 3rd position. Behind them, it is Shagnon in 5th. 6th is the 21 of Rabtoy on the inside. Dan Sullivan in car number 3 on the outside. Jamie Begor in car number 19 works the inside of the track. Behind him, it is the 29 of Nick Haywood. Branham is moving that car number 20 into the 3rd spot and closing quickly on car number 24 and Keith Pelkey. And Bucko's car really seems to be dialed in on the inside. The 68 of Jamie Atkins off the pace coming off of turn number 4. Nick Haywood has to dive down to the inside to miss the 68 as he heads back towards the garage area. Will stay under green. Now the 20 car of Bucko Branham to the inside of car number 24 and Keith Pelkey. He will go to the 2nd spot. Brandon Atkins leading. Branham in 2nd now. 3rd is the 24 of Pelkey. Running in 4th is Dan Sullivan. 5th is Jamie Begor. 6th, Mike Shagnon on the outside. To the inside, car number 29 for Nick Haywood. Boxed in the back of the pack, or mid-pack at least, is car number 61 and point leader Robin Wood. Brandon Atkins has led laps 1 through 7. Lap number 8, will we find a new leader? Branham with a peek to the inside off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch, it's still the youngster in car number 4 showing the way to the 3rd turn, but that inside line is open, and that's where Bucko is making hay tonight. Here he comes off the 4th turn. He's your new leader. Taking the lead on lap number 8, Bucko Branham off the 4th turn, pulling away now in turn 2. A lot of tight racing for the 8th position on back. Craig Bushy is 8th. 9th is Robin Wood. 10th is car number 86 for Mike Shagnon. The 59 of Stephen Brissett was loose in turn number 2. He had to hang on to that car. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 automobiles in a pack of cars. Robin Wood all over the back of the 05 of Craig Bushy as he tries to loosen that car up in a 1 and 2, and now the 61 moves through on the inside. Here comes Wood's car number 61 trying to get into the 8th position. He'll do that on the inside as now they race off the 4th turn. Craig Bushy on the 05 right on his back bumper. He'll look back to the inside. A real good battle for the 8th spot between Bushy in the 05 and Robin Wood in the 61. Bushy, a regular with the American Canadian Tour late models. Perhaps a piece of the left rear quarter panel of the 61. Now another piece of the 61. Robin Wood trying to hang on to that race car. Craig Bushy in the 05, the 18 of Sean Duquette. He's in the mix now. Bushy goes to the outside of the racetrack. Robin Wood pulls away by a car length. That battle for 8th position. 8th is Robin Wood. 9th is Sean Duquette. 10th now is Craig Bushy sliding backwards in the 05. Hanging on to the 9th spot at the stripe was Bushy. Let's set the field with lap number 13 about to go up on the scoreboard. Bucko Branham's lead is almost half the front stretch. Brandon Atkins runs in the 2nd spot. 3rd at the stripe, it's Keith Pelkey by a foot. 4th is Dan Sullivan. 5th is Jamie Begor. 6th is Nick Haywood. 7th is Jimmy Bushy. 8th is Robin Wood. 9th on the outside, Craig Bushy in the 05. 10th is Sean Duquette in the 18. 11th is Dave Raptoy in the 21. 12th is Travis Bruno. Running in 13th, Mike Shagnon. Running in 14th is Tyler Terry. 15th is Casey St. Clair. 16th is Cody Myers. And 17th is Stephen Brissett. Bucko Branham is cruising at the front of the field. Jamie Begor trying to pick up a position. Car number 19 trying to move to 4th on the inside of car number 24 of Keith Pelkey, and he'll do that. Pelkey goes back to 5th. Begor now to the 4th spot. Robin Wood trying to pick up some of the gap, close the gap, I should say, on the 11 of Jimmy Bushy. That 20 car working on the inside line around the racetrack. That has been a line that has been tough to find for these sportsman teams, but the number 20 car has found it tonight. That inside line is the fast way around. The 4 of Atkins is still second. Another young Charger, Dan Sullivan, in car number 3 is trying to run him down and get to that second spot. Then it's Begor in car 19 running in 4th. 5th place, Nick Haywood in the car number 29. 6th is Jimmy Bushy. 7th is Keith Pelkey. 8th is Robin Wood. And the side-by-side battle for 9th is still ongoing. The 18 of Sean Duquette and the 05 of Craig Bushy. They've gone back and forth with that 9th place spot for a couple of laps now. Danny Sullivan is closing in on the back bumper of Brandon Atkins. In turn number 2, Sullivan is almost on the back bumper. Bucko's lead is half the front stretch as lap 19 goes up on the board. The battle soon will be for second, as Danny Sullivan is on the inside of car number 4, Brandon Atkins in the second turn. Contact off 2. Atkins heads to the bunker, sliding through the bunker towards the tires along the backstretch and the Jersey barrier, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. All right, Chief Starter Butch Henry watches the field roll into turn number 4. Branham on the gas, green flag. Bucko by a half car length off of turn number 2. Dan Sullivan hangs with him. Nick Haywood goes to the outside, trying to get third away from Jamie Begor. Begor in car number 19, trying to hold onto that inside line, running in third. Here comes Jimmy Bushy, last week's winner. He wants in the mix. He's trying to get to the show spot as well. It's Branham showing the way in car number 20, now by 2 car lengths off of the second turn. Dan Sullivan in car number 3, running in that second spot. Jamie Begor in car number 19 continues to run third, but Nick Haywood gets the nose into that third spot over in turn number 3. They run side by side off the 4th turn for the 3rd position. Lap 21 up on the board, 4 to go. Haywood is 3rd. Jamie Begor in car number 19, trying to get back to the 3rd spot, comes through on the inside this time. Haywood comes back after him on the top of the racetrack. Side by side racing for the 3rd position. Begor on the inside, Haywood in car number 29 on the outside. Now Jimmy Bushy trying to come through in that inside line as well, as Begor clears the 29 of Haywood. He'll run the line that he wants to run. Jimmy Bushy closing in on the 29 car, and right off his back bumper is Robin Wood in the 61. Look at Wood go off turn number 2. Robin Wood to the inside of Jimmy Bushy's car number 11, trying to get to the 5th spot, and he'll do that in turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Bucko Branham. Branham pulling away from Dan Sullivan, solid in that 2nd spot. Jamie Begor running in 3rd. The 29 of Nick Haywood runs in the 4th spot. Now he's 2 car lengths off the back of Begor's 19. Robin Wood is in the 5th position with a white flag about to fly. Final lap for the J&S Steel Sportsman cars tonight. Bucko Branham is going to get win number 1. Final time through turns 3 and 4. Here he comes along the front stretch. Checkered flag is out. Bucko Branham gets the win. Dan Sullivan is 2nd. Jamie Begor 3rd. Robin Wood 4th. Nick Haywood 5th. Jimmy Bushy 6th. It looked like Sean Duquette 7th. 8th to Craig Bushy. 9th to the 21 of Dave Rabtoy. And rounding out the top 10, car 33 for Travis Bruno. Win number 1 for the racing veteran from Plattsburgh, Bucko Branham. Takes home the checkered flag. All right, thanks, Rick. Bucko just got his helmet off. He's about to climb out. Always popular when Bucko Branham pulls into victory lane. He gets his first win of 2011, and I know when he climbs out, you'll give him a nice big round of applause. Still getting his hat on now. I think he's about to climb out. Here he is, everybody. Nice round of applause. Bucko Branham gets the win tonight. Gets a cold drink of water. The inside line was the place for you tonight.
Car's great everywhere. I mean, after the wreck last week, I mean, thanks to Liquor and Wine Warehouse and all the people that helped me out, we were able to put this thing back together this week. Everything's brand new underneath. I mean, even the windshield's brand new. A lot of money, a lot of time. I can't thank everybody else enough. Ricky Frenier, Sean LaFountain, Billy Twaits, everybody that helped me out this week. I really appreciate it.
So you could tell right from the qualifier that your car was very fast, and you could see how you gained early in the race, in particular on the cars that were at the front. But for a lot of the cars in this division, it's been the outside line. It's been the line that they've used to pass. Finding a setup on the inside is really going to play into somebody's advantage.
Yeah, this thing was awesome. I mean, either the bottom. I mean, I was willing to go 3 wide on the outside, but nobody gave me any room, so I said, I'll take the bottom. If you don't want to give me the top, I'll take the bottom.
Well, congratulations on getting that first victory.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Bucko Branham. Everybody gets the his first win of 2011. Ottawa starting inside the top 10. He'll be another car to watch. Here they come. 30 laps to run. Green flag. Good start for Mike Wells in car number 76 as he pulls away off turn number 2. Cars scramble down the backstretch trying to find good running position. Some 2, almost 3 wide around the track as Mike Wells leads lap number 1. Pat McGrail running in the second spot. Here comes Todd Ormsby on the inside with a 0. Ormsby right now is 4th, trying to find room to the inside of the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Ormsby comes through on the inside. He is going to go to 3rd. 4th is Mike Riel. Yellow flag. We got a car on the wall. It's Chris K.A. as everybody tries to get on the binders. Adam Bartamy can't roll up fast enough as Bartamy plows into the back of the 18 of Chris K.A., and we're going to have a yellow flag as the field bottlenecked. Pat McGrail, row number 1, set the pace. Slow one into turn number 3. Now on the hammer is Mike Wells through turn number 4. Green flag. Problems for Todd Ormsby in the 0. Pierre Berthiaume in the 1. No place to go. The 0 did not seem to come to life. Everybody had to scramble. And here comes the field. Off of turn number 4. Green flag. Mike Wells leading off turn number 2. 3 wide move for Martinois down on the inside. Martinois goes to the 4th spot. Now looks to the inside of Mike Riel. How about Martinois? He gains 4 spots on that lap. 7th to 3rd. Mike Wells leading. Pat McGrail runs in the 2nd spot. George Foley's charging in the 34 as well. Foley's on the move. Here comes Hayward to the inside of Mike Riel in the 4th spot. But keep an eye on car number 90 with Martinois already sitting in 3rd, and he's got 27 laps to work. Mike Wells leads by 4 car lengths. Pat McGrail running in the 2nd spot. We got a spinner over in turn number 2. It's Bryant Trim in the number 28, and that's going to bring out another yellow. And he started back around 15th. All right, ready to run again. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Pat McGrail works the top of the racetrack with the 90 sitting in 3rd, perhaps thinking it is go time. The 76 shows the way. Pat McGrail taking it right up against the wall off turn number 4, holding on to that 2nd spot. Martinois is to his inside. They run wheel to wheel for the 2nd position. The Napierville, Quebec driver, Martinois. The Candiac, Quebec driver, Patrice McGrail. Wheel to wheel into turns 3 and 4. The 90 surges to that 2nd spot. Here he comes off turn number 4. He's got 2nd of the line. Leader is Mike Wells. Martinois is 2nd. 3rd is Patrice McGrail. 4th is Andy Haywood. 5th, Martin Hebert. He drifts up the track in 2. George Foley tries to go around the outside. Running in the 7th spot, it is the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Here comes Max Vienne through on the inside. Another car that is flying towards the front is Vince Quinville's 78. Quinville started way towards the back, and he is now moving quickly to the front. He's into the top 10. Heck, he's past Patrick Dupree, who's getting boxed around in the middle of the racetrack. Out front, it is still the 76 of Mike Wells. Martinois, not even 10 laps in. He's got plenty of time. Perhaps he'll just bide his time and run around the racetrack a little bit. George Foley's in trouble. George Foley through the bunker in the backstretch towards the Jersey barrier. That car would not turn left coming off of turn number 2. And the 327 of Dan Brown also goes around over in the 2nd turn. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. Here comes the field. On the hammer now is Mike Wells off of turn number 4. Green flag. Wells drifts up the track along the front stretch. Martinois will fall in line. A real good restart for Mike Wells, but Martinois right to his back bumper, closing into the middle of the backstretch. The 24 of Patrick Dupree flying along the top of the racetrack, trying to get around the 78 of Quinville. Wells is the leader by a car length. Martinois works in the second spot. Third is Pat McGrail. Fourth is Andy Haywood. Fifth is the 25 of Max Vienne. Sixth is Aaron Bartamy. Seventh is car 24 for Pat Dupree. Eighth is Martha Hebert. Ninth is now Vince Quinville. Running in the 10th spot is the 02 of Mike Riel. Those cars run in the top 10. Lap number 10 about to go up on the board. A third of the way home is Mike Wells, who is looking for his first career victory in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified Division. And it would be quite an upset. He's had a good night. He's won his qualifier, made it into the 6-lap dash for cash, but I got to wonder, is the 90 just playing possum, biding time right now, running about a half car length off the back bumper of that 76? I believe the Bertium, the one of Atkins, has gone back to the garage area. Greg Atkins, who had a good night going after winning his qualifier, he has also gone back to the pits. Mike Wells continues to show the way. The lead is a car length, and Martinois is just running in line behind him. We're about to reach, or come close to reaching, the halfway point in this one, as we've got a yellow flag for Mike Riel, 02 on the backstretch. Let's see how it plays out on this restart. 12 down. Mike Wells in that 76 looking for his first career victory in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified Division. All right, on the hammer through turn number 4. Green flag. Martinois from the outside takes the lead off turn number 2. There goes Martinois to the point. Mixing it up in the middle of the racetrack. Don Scarborough, George Foley back on track and flying towards the front again. Still on the lead lap is the 34 of Foley. Martinois pulling away, leading by 3. Then it's Mike Wells in the 76. The 10 of Pat McGrail runs third. Andy Haywood is in the 4th spot. Jimmy Ryan's number 60 is off the pace. He was in a heavy traffic that last lap through the backstretch, as he has slowed with a Flying Ryan Auto Body number 60 machine. He'll make it back towards pit road, and that's where he is headed, back to the garage area. Martinois is starting to open it up as the halfway sign goes up. Mike Wells second, Pat McGrail in third. Andy Haywood runs in the 4th spot. 5th is Aaron Bartamy. Patrick Dupree trying to get to him in that 5th spot. Closes in a little bit in turn number 4. But Bartamy running a nice line off the 4th turn actually opens at the front stretch to 2 car lengths, the advantage over the 24 of Dupree for that 5th position. Andy Haywood closing in on car 10 of Pat McGrail. They race for 3rd. Here Martinois' car hitting the rev limiter as they race towards turn number 1. He continues to open the advantage on Mike Wells. Wells running in 2nd. Pat McGrail is 3rd. 4th is Andy Haywood. 5th still Aaron Bartamy. 6th is Patrick Dupree. 7th is Vince Quinville. Running in the 8th spot is Max Vienne. 9th is Richard Tesseur. Tesseur's had an excellent run tonight. He started back around 24th. And George Foley flies around the 49 and the 25. So Foley is on the move. He's working the top of the racetrack, and he might be one of the fastest cars on the track right now. Foley just turned the 2nd fastest lap with a 16.4. Mike Finney's in trouble in turn 2. Finney with a 38 to the infield. And slows in the middle of the backstretch. That's going to bring out a yellow. Yellow flag comes out. Restart at the back of the pack. All right, let's see how it plays out. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Martinois opens it right off turn 2 to 4 car lengths, make it 5. Pat McGrail 3rd. Andy Haywood trying to close in. Patrick Dupree also heavy on the gas going into turns 3 and 4, closing in on the back bumper, the B3 of Aaron Bartamy. George Foley in the 34 continues to work the middle. Now looks to the top of the racetrack. A little bobble going into turn number 2. That cost him a half car length off the back of the 78 of Vince Quinville. Out front, Martinois taking it up against the wall. That time off the 4 turn. Actually, Mike Wells closed in a little bit. That was not a good lap for the 90 of Martinois. A 16.8. Mike Wells turned to 16.6. Wells closed in to a couple of car lengths. Let's check the lap time this time for Martinois, who is drifting off of turn number 4. Is the tire going away again? 16.9 for Martinois. A 16.8 for Mike Wells. Martinois' lap time slowing again. He is fading in that number 90. In turn number 4, here's where he's really struggling. Mike Wells after him on the inside. Again, a 16.8 for the 90 of Waugh. 16.7 for Mike Wells. Here comes Wells through on the inside, looking for his first career victory. Mike Wells in a 76 takes the lead into turn number 4. Mike Wells the leader. Second, Pat McGrail. The right rear tire going down again on Martinois' car. Andy Haywood goes to 3rd. Martinois back to 4th. Martinois back to 5th. Martinois about to go back to the 6th spot. Mike Wells has the lead. Lap 26 goes up on the board. It's a 2-car length advantage over Pat McGrail. Wells looking for his first career victory. There goes the 34 of Foley. The 49 of Tesseur goes off the top of turn number 2, and a yellow flag comes out. In the Ernie's Discount Tools Modified Division. Here comes the field. Off of turn number 4, they're on the hammer. Green flag. Single file on the restart. Mike Wells leads by 2 into turn number 2. Drives it smooth off the second turn, working the top of the racetrack. His lead is still 2 car lengths. Patrick Dupree sizing up the B3 of Aaron Bartamy, looking to make a move. Lap 27 up on the board. 3 laps remain for Mike Wells at car number 76. What an upset this would be as he looks for his first career win in the modifieds. Here they come off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Mike Wells. He seems to be pulling away from Pat McGrail. A 16.569 for Mike Wells, a 16.64 for Pat McGrail in the 10. Wells is pulling away. White flag is about to be unfurled. 1 to go for Mike Wells. Wells drives through turn number 2, points it straight down the middle of the backstretch. Sizes up turns 3 and 4. One final time. They'll celebrate in West Chazy tonight. Mike Wells gets his first career victory. Pat McGrail 2nd. Andy Haywood 3rd. 4th, Aaron Bartamy. 5th to Pat Dupree. 6th to Vince Quinville. 7th, it looked like the 97 or the 25. 7th and 8th in that position. And then the 46 and the 11 round out the top 10. Well, how about that, folks? First career victory for West Chazy's Mike Wells in car number 76. They'll be celebrating tonight with that crew as Mike Wells, a longtime runner here at this racetrack, pulls off the victory in the modified division tonight.
A little bit of early practice for the Demolition Derby going on down there.
Well, Rick, all I can tell you is Mike Wells is just a little bit excited. If he had a microphone right now, I'm not sure we could say everything or repeat everything that he's saying. We'd have to blurt out a lot of it. But he is screaming inside his helmet right now, and he is some kind of happy.
I'm standing by with a bleep button just in case. I told you, Rob, this is going to be the biggest party ever in West Chazy.
Well, there's a lot of colorful language coming out of that number 76, but it's pretty happy language. Mike Wells, everybody! Give him a big round of applause! His take on the Martinois dance.
Rob has wisely turned the microphone off. All right, Zig's had to grab him out of that
Zig
pile.
goes over to grab Mike Wells. Well, again, folks, he can hear you again. Come on right over here so we can see you too. Give him a big round of applause. He's some kind of excited. Mike Wells, you've been at this racetrack for a number of years. The sportsman cars, other divisions through the years. I've never seen you this happy or excited.
Man, 3 years of trying in this deal. I know we started on the pole, but you know what, boys? We got them, and we still beat them, no matter what.
Well, Martinois took the lead away, and then very quickly, his tires started to disappear. Your car was still working down on the inside, and you were able to move through.
I just had to keep telling myself, don't overdrive it, you're hooked up, don't drive it in too hard. Martinois was rolling right over the right front, and I said, baby, daddy's coming.
When did you know this car was going to be wicked fast?
Tell you the truth, I had no idea.
You just told me you did. You said he had a fast car.
No, Martin had a fast car, but I mean, I never thought, I said to myself, when Martin got by, I said, hey, babe, we're going to finish second tonight. And his car started to fade. These guys are awesome drivers here. I mean, these guys are really hard to beat. I'm a little-time guy, race out of my pocket. Boy, I'll tell you what, this couldn't be any better.
I was watching your lap times on the scoring monitor. You stayed pretty consistent in the 16.6 range. He started to drop off. Your car stayed consistent, and that, ultimately that's what gets you the win.
I guess so. Well, we've been struggling even to get to the sixes. We've been wrecked like 3 times this year, real bad, and it's been an expensive year. Actually, I wasn't going to race this week, and I broke down and bought $1,500 worth of tires. I guess it paid off, eh, Andy?
Congratulations, Mike Wells. I know you are going to enjoy this. You're going to have a lot of fun.
Thank you guys very much. I want to thank all the track, Mike Perotti for helping me, all my pit crew, Val and Joe, Frank, Brian, everybody that helps me in this car, because once of them guys, we wouldn't be able to do it.
That's Mike Wells, everybody. Give him a big round of applause. He gets it.
Another good battle starting to heat up for that 5th spot. Travis Sherman moves into that now, but the 72 of Curtis LeGrave is on the move. He's gotten inside John Michael Brissett and taken 6th. Challenge coming up for the lead. Brissett on the outside, but here comes Hendry on the inside. Those 2 cars side by side coming off the 4th turn. Hendry on the bottom, Brissett on the outside. Brissett has the lead at the stripes. Tyler Brissett doing a nice job on the outside in that 8 car, hanging on to the lead, and Chad Hendry is right there in the 60. Josh Dervage in the 88, Bill Joyle Sr. in the 58. They've got a great battle going on for that number 3 spot. Both of them trying to find a way by the battle between Hendry and Brissett. Meanwhile, LeGrave duking it out with Sherman in the 21 in the battle for that number 5 spot. LeGrave is taking 5th, putting Sherman back into the number 6 spot. Tyler Brissett leads it. Again, drifts high off that 4th turn as they hit the halfway point. Chad Hendry now back to the bottom of the racetrack, and that's opened up the outside for the 88 of Josh Dervage. Dervage blows right by the 60. Now he has his sights set on the 8 car. Hendry is back to 3rd. Joyle 4th, but not for long as the 72 of LeGrave is picking it up on the outside. He may get 3rd by the time they hit the backstretch. He's making that 72 work strong on the outside of the racetrack. Up front, still Tyler Brissett doing his best to keep the 88 behind him. 3 wide action for that 3rd spot. Joyle on the inside takes the 3rd spot, drifts up high and throws the block in the 72. Here comes Josh Dervage now to the inside as they head up the backstretch. There'll be 5 to go this time by, and Josh Dervage is taking over. Tyler Brissett trying to battle back on the outside. They're going to have a lap car to deal with. They get by him with no problem, and Dervage opens up 3 car lengths quickly on the 8 of Brissett. Bill Joyle Sr., 3rd in the 58. Curtis LeGrave Jr. is 4th in the 72. And Chad Hendry holds down that 5th spot. Michael Brissett is 6th. And Travis Sherman running in the 7th spot. 8th belongs to the Rob Signs 3. Dale O'Neill is 9th. And Jason Branham rounds out the top 10 in the 13 car. Now a battle heating up for the number 2 spot as Dervage has opened up 6 or 7 car lengths on the Brissett number 8. Here comes Bill Joyle Sr. on the inside. He wants to take 2nd. And he will have 2nd as Brissett is back to third. Here comes LaGrave. He's going to look to the inside of the 8 car as they come off the third turn, but Brissett able to get down to the bottom of the racetrack, but here he drifts high once again off 4. And with 2 to go, Josh Durvage is looking for another win. Nice job by Brissett to hang on to that 8 car as the back end got just a little bit loose coming off that corner. He's pulled away from the LaGrave 72. White flag in the air, 1 to go for Josh Durvage. Bill Joyle Sr. has the 58 car solidly in the number 2 spot. LaGrave may try and make one more run at the 8 of Brissett to get that 3rd spot away, but he's running out of time. Checkered flag is in the air as the Busch Bombers come off turn 4. Josh Durvage is your winner. Bill Joyle Sr. gets the 2nd spot. Tyler Brissett will finish 3rd in the 8. The 72 of Curtis LaGrave and the 60 of Chad Hendry round out your top 5.
All right, Rick, Josh Durvage is out of his car. Another victory for this car number 88. Josh has the points lead. A slim one, though, over the 72 of Curtis LaGrave Jr., who does not finish in the top 3 tonight. Another solid run for you. Looked like it was pretty smooth, actually. Not really a point in the race where there was a hairy moment for you. It was pretty consistent, smooth run to the front.
Yeah, it was a smooth run pretty much all the way through the first lap. Me and Joyle, we kind of got into it, but it's all good. You know, we're buddies.
Well, your car has been consistent back to week number 1, and here it is again in Victory Lane. What is this, number 5 already?
Yeah, that's number 5. It's a good car.
I guess it is, Josh Durvage, and you're doing a nice job driving it as well. Congratulations on a 5th win already.
Thanks a lot. I just got to thank all my sponsors and my dad and my uncle, all the work they put into this car.
Okay, that's Josh Durvage passing along thanks to sponsors and friends and relatives that are helping him out. He's won 5 times already in the Busch Bomber division. At number 7 of the season for the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade division, defending track champion Kevin Booten is looking for his first victory of the year. Green flag. Josh Allen of the 10 trying to hang with him. Not going to do it. As a matter of fact, he may have to fend for himself on that 2nd spot. As Don Franklin is eyeing the inside line to turn number 3. Look out, this could be a mess. The 10 goes around, gets a piece of the 22, and I tell you, that could have been a whole heck of a lot worse. But you certainly have to feel for the youngster, Josh Allen, running in the 2nd spot. Josh Allen in car number 10 is also back out on the racetrack. All right, ready for a restart. Here they come. Green flag. Rick Donert sliding back on the outside with that car 86. There goes Rob Favreau to the 2nd spot. Kevin Booten shows the way. The 22 of Favreau into the 2nd position. Pushes way up towards turn number 4. Taking the 86 with him. And Jason McClatchy's moving. McClatchy, who got his first career victory just a couple of weeks back in the 70s. Oh, boy, he's squirrely off turn number 2. That rear end started to go around on him, but he hung on to it. Cost him a spot as he lost it to Donor, and may cost him 2 as Lance Raptoy's on the outside. He's trying to move to that 4th spot, had it at the line. McClatchy sliding back to 5th, but now he's still there on the inside, hanging right with him in that car number 70. But a good run on the top of the track for Lance Raptoy. Boy, vaults him right past the 70 car, and now moving down to the inside, trying to grab a spot away from Rick Donor. The 70 McClatchy wants to get to the top of the track, and hey, there's just Terry again in that car number 43. He's moving back towards the front. The 11 of Raptoy pushes up the track, uses the 86 of Donor to get his car straight, headed back down the backstretch. The 70 McClatchy trying to move through the inside of Donor's number 86 car as well. The race leader's Kevin Booten. He's checking out. Rob Favreau is 2nd. Lance Raptoy is 3rd. 4th at the line was Rick Donor in the 86, but he's now fighting a good fight on the outside. Jason McClatchy in car number 70 to 4th. Donor 5th. Josh Terry is 6th. Joe Warren is 7th. Remember, Joe had problems in his qualifier, so he has moved towards the front. Actually, problems with that. Oh, look out. The 86 and the 70 get a piece of each other. Now they're 3 wide going to 1 and 2. They get a piece again. There goes the 86 around. The 43 of Josh Terry, and the H2O gets the back of car number 86, and the yellow flag is out. Joe Warren and Joe Daniels. The Joe row, number 3. All right, here they come. Off turn number 4, green flag's out. Kevin Booten with the lead down the backstretch, headed towards turn number 3. Behind him, side-by-side racing for the 3rd spot. '69 and 10 get together again over in turn number 2. Yellow flag comes out in turn 2. All right, some frayed tempers in the Renegade division tonight. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. Bouton's got the lead in the 25 by 2. Rob Favreau in the 2nd spot. Lance Raptoy 3rd with car 11. And it is the 70 McClatchy running in the 4th spot. 5th is Joe Warren. 6th is Joe Daniels. 5 laps to go for Kevin Bouton, the defending track champion. Sitting pretty good right now. Doesn't want to see another yellow flag, although with the single file restarts in order. You got to think Bouton is not going to make a mistake. 21 on the board. Growing the lead off turn number 2. It's now 5 car lengths over Rob Favreau. Make it almost 7. Who has a car length advantage over Lance Raptoy in the 11, trying to close in on that 22 and make a move for the 2nd spot. Favreau takes his car right up towards the wall. Raptoy closing in. Robert Gordon is still being shown on the lead lap on scoring. So right now he is in the top 10, and he's trying to get the 9th spot. That'd be a pretty good rally for Gordon. 2 laps remain for the 25 of Kevin Bouton. Favreau 2nd, Raptoy 3rd, Joe Warren and Jason McClatchy with a good battle going on for the 4th spot. Right behind them is Joe Daniels in number 7. How about a white flag for Kevin Bouton? 1 lap remains for the defending track champ. Works his way through turn number 2. He's on his way to his first win of the year. Lance Raptoy trying to take 2nd on the final lap. Here comes your winner off of turn number 4. It's going to be Kevin Bouton. Drag race for 2nd. It's Rob Favreau in the 22. 3rd is Lance Raptoy in the 11. 4th, Joe Warren in the 13. Jason McClatchy 5th in car number 70. Then it was car number 7 of Joe Daniels finishing in the 6th spot.
Well, folks along the front stretch are getting their sinuses cleaned out by that oil smoke that's filling the air along the front stretch and into the grandstand. Kevin's first win of the season gets congratulations from Rob Favreau, who finishes 2nd. Lance Raptoy 3rd with car number 11. All right, Kevin's out of his car. Everybody give him a nice round of applause as the defending track champ gets his first win. All right, Kevin, I'm not going to hug you or kiss you, but you think that race perhaps helped your wife get ready for the baby? What, it's supposed to be due yesterday, wasn't it?
I told her I was going to try and win one for my son tonight. She was due on Friday, and she's actually scheduled to be induced on Monday, so hopefully we might have shook something loose. Maybe she'll have it a little early.
This is a big week for you then. So congratulations first on getting the win, but bigger congratulations on the son that you're going to have?
Yep, thank you very much. We worked real hard this year. We've ended up 2nd a couple times. really worked hard to stay up front tonight. And I got to thank my crew, my sponsors, Yipe Stripes, Quality Cuts, Custom Sawing. My Aunt Jackie comes every week, supports me in this, and my family. I just can't say enough good things. My little daughter's here tonight, and she's a real trooper. She hangs in there for us. So.
3 times this year you've had the lead late with a restart, Gordon at your door. 3 times you've been the bridesmaid, but tonight the single file restarts down the stretch, and your car was hooked on the inside, which I'm not sure it has been as hooked on the inside as it was tonight.
No, early in the year, the inside's been a tough place to race as the, the track has been a little wet at times. But, tonight was the night. We're happy.
Well, congratulations. Good luck to you and your wife, and hope everything works out the best. The best prize is the one that you're going to get coming up in the week.
Yeah, we're real excited. Can't wait.
All right, congratulations to Kevin Booten, who gets his win.
Meanwhile, while a great battle going on for spots 2 through 6, Jamie LaFountain has said, see you later. He's built up a commanding lead for the first 5 laps of this Keys Napa Mini Modified main. Chris Clark now second. He's opened up a bit of a gap to the 3rd place car of John Bradley. Here comes Speedy. Speedy Brissett on the inside takes 4th spot away from Josh Laporte. The 45 car back to 5th. 6th, that's the 4 of Chris LeVere, followed by Eric Riel in 7th. Josh Leclerc is 8th, Justin Donor 9th, and Eric Sales rounds out the top 10. Let's take a look at this gap. As they are halfway, it's being narrowed ever so slightly by Chris Clark. Clark pulls away from the Bradley 69, but Bradley's got 3 strong horses right on his rear end. Speedy looks to the outside, followed by the 45 of Laporte. Chris LeVere's 4 right there as well. Those cars all battling for the number 3 spot. The lead for Jamie LaFountain is down to about 6 car lengths. Chris Clark picks up his ground in the corners. LaFountain gains it back down the front stretch. Field scrambles to get around the Airborne fan car, that 84. They all get by safely, but it cost Chris LeVere about 7 or 8 car lengths in his battle for that number 3 spot. A 3 spot that's been taken over by the 03 and Speedy Brissett. 5 laps remain for Jamie LaFountain, and that lead is now down to just 3 car lengths. And look at the gain that Clark picks up in that corner. Cut it down to 1 car length as they come off turn 4. Chris Clark is closing in on the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Caution flag is out. We've got the fan car spinning up in turn 4. Looked like the 21 of Richner was involved. Caution flag comes out with 4 to go. All right, ready to go back to the green. 4 laps remain, 11 laps down. LaFountain, Clark, Brissett, run 1, 2, 3, back to the green flag. And here comes Speedy on the inside to take second. Clark tries to get down to the bottom of the racetrack, but he's going to settle into the number 3 spot, and we'll see what Speedy can do with a 20 car. LaFountain on the outside tries to get down to the bottom and slam the door on Speedy. He does, but both cars drift high coming off the 4th turn. Brissett looks to the outside, now shifts quickly to the bottom of the racetrack. And LaFountain again has enough momentum coming off the corner to hang on to the lead. Clark's coming back to the inside of Brissett. This is going to be a 3-car shootout, maybe even 4, as LeVere starts to close in the 4. Jamie LaFountain leads it, 2 laps to go. Brissett looks to the outside. LaFountain throws the block. Now Brissett looks to the inside, gives LaFountain a little tap as they head up the backstretch. And LeVere has joined this battle. White flag coming out. Jamie LaFountain looking for the win. Speedy Brissett, he wants the win. White flag, 1 to go. Clark now gets to the inside of the 03 of Brissett. LeVere looking for a way by those 2. LaFountain still hanging on. Speedy to take one last shot on the outside. Clark going to give it a shot on the inside. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, Jamie LaFountain. Chris Clark up for second. Third spot, the 0-3 of Speedy Brissett. Fourth spot will go to Chris LeVere. And Josh LeClaire rounds out your top 5 in car number 7.
All right, Rick, a good run for Senior Speed, who finishes in the 3rd spot. Chris Clark with back-to-back second-place finishes today. And first career victory in the mini-modified division for Jamie LaFountain in car number 20.
I haven't seen Molly move that fast since she thought her cookies were burning.
All right, Jamie's climbing out now. Give a nice round of applause. That's his first career victory.
I don't think he wants to talk to you, Rob.
Oh, that's okay. He's new at this. It's his first career win. Congratulations. When the yellow flag came out with about 4 laps to go, Chris Clark was closing in pretty quick. Do you think that late yellow helped you at all?
No, not at all. That scared me because I knew Chris and Speedy were fast and all the guys coming, and I'm just really glad that I could hold them off there at the end to get this first win.
Well, the car was certainly strong in the early going. You built up a fairly sizable advantage, but at 77 kept getting smaller and smaller and closer in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, I did. I knew he was coming, but I was looking at the scoreboard, looking at the laps, and thinking that if it stayed green, that I'd be able to stay out in front. And when the caution came out, I was pretty disappointed, but my car was good enough. My dad works on it every week to have me out here every weekend, and it's just great. I can't thank everyone enough for this.
Well, it's great to get that family support, and it's even better to get your first win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
I'd like to thank all my sponsors and everyone who's helped me work on this car.
All right. Nice job. Jamie LaFountain gets his first victory.